Hello, my zesty Libras. It is Eileen. Thank you so much for stopping by Zesty Tarot. So let's get into your reading. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs of Libra. And this may or may not resonate. If it doesn't, that's okay. Also, if you hear a repeating message, please stop being hard-headed and listen to what the universe is asking of you, okay? So let's get into the reading right now and see what has transpired for this week. Yes, I know I'm late. I'm always going to be late. I'm a mama of 3 and a fur mom on top of that, and I have things that I have to take care of too. So, as long as you get the message within this week, we should be good, right? Right. Alright, I hope you all have been doing well. Are y'all prepared for the Mercury retrograde? Because I just discovered that we are in the shadow period of it. That totally makes sense as to why I was stammering and everything else. Lord, I ain't ready for it. Okay, so the first card out, we have the Storyteller. The next one is the Rose's Kiss. Sorry, I forgot to show you. So we have the Storyteller, the Rose's Kiss, and then Call of the Muse, excuse me, and then at the bottom of the deck, Wish Upon a Star. Okay, so somebody is experiencing a wish come true, or they were about to. So most likely it's something that you have been manifesting for a while, or you set the intentions for it. I'm getting the vibe that this is someone that is wanting to come into your life and give you everything that your heart is longing for. I don't know if this is a blast from the past or if this is new energy. I haven't seen that yet, but when I see the Rose's Kiss, this is all about, what's the word I'm looking for? Sensual pleasures. But not just sensual pleasures of the 5 senses. It's the beauty of intimacy. So I believe that this could be somebody coming in to tell you their side of the story, wanting to explain some things to you. And this is going to be when the two of you are alone. And there's going to be more than just that. I don't know. I just feel like this is a moment that you have been waiting for some of you. I kind of feel like if this is someone that walked away from you, then they're going to come back. If not, then this is new energy of someone that maybe wasn't sure of whether or not they wanted to approach you, maybe because of how you were dealing with things and they didn't know if it was the right time to approach you or whatnot. But nonetheless, the Call of the Muse is all about calling your creativity. And so with that, I don't know. It's just the way that they go about this is a creative way of catching your attention. So let me stop talking and let's get into it. Let's start with these since it's right here. Okay, the spirit guides, the universe. Why are these cards here? It's interesting because we have the 2 of Cups here. So, I mean, this very well might be a connection. And someone is going to explain to you, or maybe you're going to do some explaining as to why you walked away. Or for some of you, it could just be that the immature was, or the immature, yes, it was some immature energy, but maybe the vibe was too much to handle at the time because the person was immature emotionally. Or maybe you were unavailable because you were in a relationship and they didn't want to step on anybody's toes. And now that this opportunity has presented itself, now they want to speak their truth to you. I also see the wish upon a star. That gives me star vibes. So I believe that this could also be a moment of healing as well, where you both come together and this will be a healing conversation, or this will turn into a healing union. Okay, so the storyteller, this is clarified with the Hermit card. So this is someone putting a pause on life for a moment and doing some reflection. I also feel as though this is the opportunity to elevate themselves, to see beyond the scope of the circumstances, and so they are receiving downloads of some sort. And so with the storyteller, I believe that this hermit once was a hermit, should I say, is going to do some explaining. Like, look, I had some things that I had to go through. I had some realizations, I had some epiphanies, and so they're going to give you a narrative of what was going on. Okay, so the Rose's Kiss, this is telling me, okay, so they are all about you. They are wanting fulfillment of love, happiness, and contentment. They want a family with you. They feel complete, emotionally fulfilled with the thoughts of you. And I also see the rainbow as a promise, like God's promise. I believe that this is them telling you that you won't have to worry about them walking away from you again, because they realize that when they walked away from you, that you were it all along. Okay, so we have calling in a muse. We have the Four of Cups, and we see that rainbow again. Okay, now I feel like all the other opportunities that had presented themselves, they were not fulfilled at all. But this is you. So they had this epiphany. I also feel like this is thoughts of you while they were in these experiences. I feel like this is them comparing you to other people. No, we don't like to be compared, but they had to see for themselves that you were the it girl, or you were the it man. You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely see that they were very bored and discontent. And she's just sitting there like, okay, let me see what else you got to offer. But I think this is the one that is definitely going to change their life around. And then at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Four of Wands. So this is all about building a stable foundation. They feel stable with you. This is beautiful. I like this so far. I honestly don't think I need to say anything else, but I'm going to continue. All right. Yeah, I feel like also with the Four of Cups, they're looking for, you know, that balance. They wasn't receiving it. I feel like they were the ones that was emotionally holding down the fort while the other person was just, you know, thinking of themselves. They weren't allowed to be who they want to be or long to be, which caused them to be discontent. But I definitely see that the other options, this seems to be the storyline with a lot of readings here lately. Okay, so the Five of Swords says that I will heal myself. So yeah, he was going through some things. I believe that this, not he or she, should I say, this person was going through some things. Give me a second. Okay. They was dealing with traumas of the past. And they had to sort out their thoughts. They had to see things for what it was. They had to look at their disappointments, and they had to accept that those disappointments were exactly what they were, and they had to stop holding on to them. This is also the card of someone being in their head a lot, which will cause them to be emotionally and logically closed off to other people. And so that also could be a reason as to why they was in hermit mode, because they just didn't want to deal with anybody. But the thoughts of you is causing them to want to communicate even just a little bit of information to you. So we have the Ten of Pentacles, and it says, I celebrate everything I achieve. So here, I just believe that, like I said, when it comes to the thought of you, they feel secure. They want to invest everything. They want to invest their time and energy and money. They want to build with you. They want a family. They want all of the things that they longed for that they couldn't get with the other karmic connections. And I say karmic connections because I believe that you are exactly the one that they were supposed to deal with, or not deal with, but be with. And they just kind of overlooked you because what you brought to the table was a little too much. And so here we are, the Knight of Wands, and it says, I make decisions without pressure. So with this being said, because the Knight of Wands is one that is on the go, and because this particular person is petrified of the very same things that he's longing for, it's sad to say, but if you come on too strong, like if you hear this reading and you're like, oh, okay, so let me go ahead and hit them up real quick and be like, yo, I just got this reading, and that's going to freak them the hell out. So don't do that. What I would suggest is you continue doing what you do, because the more that you allow him or her to ponder and come to their own conclusions, the better. You don't want this to be forced, okay? And then we have the Chariot, which says, I go forward with confidence. Okay, so this means that if you allow them to do their thing and you keep on focusing on what you're doing, they're going to come forward and they're going to hopefully make you theirs. I say hopefully on their behalf, because I can't speak for you, because for some of you, you have a very valid reason as to why you don't want to be with this person, because they hurt you. Not to make excuses, but hurt people hurt people. And we have a lot of individuals that are walking around here unhealed. And when they come across somebody that requires work, it becomes intimidating for them. So they would rather just move on to the next, and deal with something in their comfort zone. Not to make excuses, but that's usually what happens. All right. So I'm going to say this in past tense, that perhaps this is something that has already happened this week, or this is something that you are going to experience soon. Strong right there. Okay. Okay, so this is telling me that it's going to take them some courage. They are building up the courage right now to communicate these things to you with the Strength card. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords here. So as of right now, with this being in the reverse, there might be something in the way as of right now. Or maybe something is holding them back. Let me look at my booklet here to see, because I rarely see the Page of Swords in reverse. But I know that it can represent, you know, immature energy, someone who is a gossiper and whatnot. Where are you at? Oh, maybe it's in the front. Hold on. Okay, yeah, it was in the front. Okay, so it says in the reversed, the Page of Swords represents someone who was like pampered Lucifer, can be arrogant, smug, and haughty. So, okay, so basically what this is saying is that their ego is in the way right now. They have to get over that, because I mean, for one, this person is either a grown woman or a grown man, but this is someone with very strong energy. They don't like to be wrong. They also don't like to be perceived as weak. So whoever that, you know, if that reminds you of someone, that's who I'm talking about. They are very headstrong. You can't tell this person nothing. They will do what they want to do on their own time, which makes sense because it said here, I make decisions without pressure. So it's like you're not going to force them to do anything that they're not ready to do. And I think that the reason why this is because they still want to make sure that before they pursue you, I know it doesn't make sense, because they already have the signs and the synchronicities that point directly at you. But they're saying to themselves, I just want to make sure before I take this leap of faith that this person is really who I want to be with, because I know I have other options out there. And I think that they might try one more time. And once they do, they're going to go on ahead and they're going to go back into hermit mode. And then they're going to be like, okay, I got my ass whooped. I should have never made that choice. But I don't know. This person, they're very hard-headed. I'll say it that way. Okay, so we have the Two of Coins, and this is them making that choice. So we're going to get to the point to where they're kind of like, you know, they have that flighty energy. I'll come back when I want to come back, or when I feel confident enough, or, you know, whatever the case may be, without pressure is what it said. And so now they're going to make that decision. You're trying to balance out the pros and the cons. And it's like, look, just make the damn decision already. But you shouldn't even focus on that because you should be doing your own thing, right? Okay. And then we have the 7 of coins. And this, again, is talking about the reflection. This is them wanting to make that investment and hoping that you will, not gonna say give in, but you will accept the offer. They're wanting to make investments in you, and they're hoping that it will be a successful venture, if you will. Okay, so let's go ahead and shuffle the last deck here. Yeah, so for a lot of us, it seems as though there's someone of the past that, I mean, I'm not going to say there's someone of the past. I mean, this could be new energy too. Somebody that you may have really overlooked, or maybe you thought, oops, 2 cards fell. Put them back. Well, a few cards fell. I'm going to put them back. Okay. Maybe you felt like you weren't enough or something. Maybe they made you feel like that, but then they mysteriously pop up out the blue. I don't know how this is going to work for y'all, but I just know that there is an energy that is thinking about you heavy. And the retrograde is going to push them to come in your direction. Now, I will tell you this. You got to be mindful of the energy of the retrograde because of the fact that not everybody is in their right mind, and so it's very important to pay attention to what is being said, hear them out, but I wouldn't necessarily make a move just yet. At least don't make a hasty one, because when the retrograde goes direct, you see what I'm saying? You don't want them to, quote unquote, come to their senses and be like, oh, I made a mistake, blah, blah, blah. That was a waste of time. But also, it's all entirely up to you. All right. Yep, it is entirely up to you, because remember, you're the prize. You would make them happy if you was to give them their desires. But that's the thing, you would make them happy. So how would it affect you? That's how you have to look at that. Okay, so yeah, this is them explaining that they regret walking away from you. We have and also I'm going to say this could also be some of you saying like, I'm good. I appreciate you talking to me about it. But you're a little too late. You had all this time to come to me and make things right, but you were too busy in your head. But I'm thinking that this is strongly they are afraid that you're going to reject them and walk away. With the Hierophant in reverse, some of you might regret or reject a proposal. This is also letting your guard down to me, because the Hierophant can represent setting boundaries. But just be careful. Like I said, with the retrograde going on, there's going to be some miscommunication here. So just make sure that you're ready to hear what they have to say. And even if you're not, then I would suggest you just don't speak upon it. Just you know, casually be like, okay, I'm going to give it some thought. And don't approach until you know that you're ready. We have the Knight of Wands again. And so he's going to tell you, he or she's going to tell you that this, you know, they really want to be with you. Some of them might say they don't want to be married, but they want you to be their life partner. Or maybe you don't want to be their, you know, their husband or wife, but you would be cool with being their life partner. For some of you, you got to be careful because I think they're just trying to come in because they want to, you know, be in bed with you. They want to be sensual with you. And we have the Page of Swords in reverse again. And so this is someone that, you know, is still displaying this immature energy. So with this being said, and as this being the final card, I would let them do their thing. Because it's evident, let me make sure that I used up all the cards, did I? Nope, I still have, yep, I did, okay. I would pause on this if I were you. But I mean, you do what you want, especially if it's somebody that you really want a connection with. Don't, I would not jump headfirst into the situation yet until I would give this time. Give it time, because they're still in this emotional, not emotional, but this immaturity. There's a lot of pride here. I feel like there's going to be some miscommunication, some hearsay, some sort, that's going to turn you off. So, for some of you, I don't think it's time to really allow this person back in yet. This could also be a test. You could reject this energy. I'm thinking that some of you would. But as of right now, I think that this person is just, they're driven off the passion and not really paying attention to how it affected you and the thoughts perceived on their bad behaviors. Okay, so let's go ahead and, if I could find my other deck here. You know what, I can't find it, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to pull from this deck. What your final messages are for this reading. Very strong right here. Okay, so the first card out, we have Ask with Sincerity. So I believe that this is you asking them, why do you want to return? Like, I really want to know, why do you want to return? And hopefully they won't panic, thinking that you're going to reject them or you're going to start an argument. But just, I mean, if you really want to know, ask with sincerity, like, why? Why now? It's okay to ask. You have the right to know. So for some of you, this is saying to change tracks. So this doesn't necessarily mean to walk away from the situation, but what it can represent is move into a different direction with this connection. So if you rushed into the situation, how about change tracks and start off as friends and see how that can develop into something more. Because if you're starting off where you left off, I don't think that's, starting off on a good foot. Be true to yourself. At the end of the day, you know what your heart wants and what you're going to put up with. So if this person is coming back and you know in your gut that this is something that it's like you wanted this for so long, but you've had the time to grow as a person. If you're not feeling it, it is absolutely okay to tell them no. Okay? And at the bottom of the deck, it says to address your addictions. And so this could be their energy. Like there's something about them that you can't control yourselves, which, the five senses was talking about. I'm sorry, but the Rose's Kiss was talking about. Like there's just something about this energy that the moment that you're close to them, it's really hard to keep your composure. And I think they know that too. So address the fact that you are addicted to them, but hold your ground. Tell them, like, look, you know that you're addictive, and I don't want that to be the only reason why I would like to have a connection with you. I had to learn to address these things, and they do too. So if this resonates, go ahead and drop a comment down below. Hit that follow, not that follow, but that subscription and like button. Tell your friends about me. And above all, remember this, dear Libras. When life gives you lemons, always keep it zesty. Take care. Bye.